Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys, so as you know, we get the Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight, the Real Housewives of New York, and also all of the drama that's been playing out over this fine, beautiful Bravo weekend. And there's a lot. So before we get into it, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So we know that Rachel did this sit down with Bethenny Frankel, right? The problem is there's a lot of stuff that's not adding up at all. From the Brock stole Lala's house to I didn't speak with Tom, but for 2 emails. But I know that personally not to be true just because I know the person who Tom spoke to try to get to call into the mental health facility or let Rachel call from the mental health facility to have a friend to lean on. And also the lightning bolt postcards. Like there are things that aren't adding up that don't make sense from this interview. And it seems like, well, it's hard to trust what you're saying when you literally this whole scandal was born out of you being a liar. And I'm not bashing Rachel at all. I'm just saying in this moment, you really don't know what to believe because it's like when you put your hand on the stove once, you don't do it twice. Like you learn people, you learn things, you learn, okay, this is what I can get away with, what I can't get away with, who I can trust, who I can't trust. But Ariana Madix was called out, right? She was called out over this video. Now, Taste of Reality said Ariana Madix slams Raquel Leviss's claim that she spread the masturbation video that she found on Tom Sandoval's phone. Well, kind of to play into this really quick, hold on, I'm just going to bring it up. This was her clapback. So Ariana responds to the video accusation. Now, the comment said, wait, why aren't more people talking about how this girl got rewarded after committing a crime by passing around a non-consensual sex tape? And Ariana Madix said, because that clearly did not happen. Now, there are multiple things that we're seeing, again, talked about. And I saw where Bethenny Frankel went on and she was like, you know, we are the #1 podcast and this is worldwide and great for Bethenny Frankel. That's huge. It's massive. But CC Loves You posted this. Just because you put that sticker on it does not make it true. Joe Rogan still has that #1 spot, babes. Oof. Okay. So in this, you see where she posted about being the #1 podcast and she posted this. But I'm guessing if Bethenny posted this, then that means at one point, whether it was for a couple seconds, minutes, hours, she was the #1 podcast. But I love that CC Loves You is like, wait, I'm going to check the hell out of you really quick. Let's bring up the numbers. Yeah. Well, Bethenny also put out a video and she was saying, you know, Rachel and I talked about it. We're very happy that we are the #1 podcast. And people are still trying to wonder what the point of this podcast, like what was the end goal for Bethenny, not necessarily for Rachel. We knew that Rachel was needing to tell her side of the story. And people also know that Bethenny Frankel is a very intelligent woman, a businesswoman. Like the woman is smart. But then with that, they're questioning, did you buy anything that she was telling you? Did some of these things not like sound like a contradiction or hypocritical at all? Like I went into the mental health facility and I got my treatment and I knew at that point that I was no longer willing to sacrifice or, you know, give up who I am and my morals in order to serve a reality television show. However, if they would have paid me equally to Tom and Ariana, I would have went back on the television show. That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Like even Jason called this out on Hot Messy Topics, which was technically the live for the recap part 3. Anyways, my point is Jason called this out and somebody in the comments, a few people were like, Jason, you don't get it. And I'm like, no, girl, not only does he not get it, I don't get it. That doesn't make sense. You went into a facility, and I'm not questioning going into a facility or trying to better yourself in any form of trying to become more healthy. I'm not questioning that. But it is a contradiction when you say, I went into this facility, had no contact with anybody because we had a no contact order. Nobody checked on me. Nobody gave a shit. Okay. And I knew I am no longer willing, hell no, to compromise who I am and my morals and who I am as a person for a show like this that is willing to exploit me. Perfect. That is the answer. Leave it at that. Then from there, it was, well, when I got out, I was actually in negotiations and I wanted them to pay for my treatment at the Meadows. And also, I wanted for them to pay me equal to Tom and Ariana. All right. So then you're saying as long as they would have paid you enough, that's when you would have compromised your morals, your integrity, everything that you learned in the Meadows, in the mental health facility, everything that you learned to go up against, you would have compromised those had they have given you the right dollar sign. That's exactly what that means, right? Okay, wait. Let's keep going because this is just to me like I'm like, I don't even know what the we're talking about at this point. I just don't get it. Now, Scheana has also been under fire, and she was answering a few people who were going in on her. And one person said, "You were Rachel once, remember that?" And she said, "Remind me when I slept with my best friend's boyfriend for 7 months. I'm drawing a blank." All right, that's not the only one. Is it true that Lala got the house when Brock was interested, according to Rachel? LOL, no. I will be discussing this on this week's podcast, which I can't wait to hear because this one I'm like, Lala stole your goddamn house? What? When did that happen? And if you have a no contact order, which she said, this is the contradiction. This is the shit that I'm not understanding. She said she has a no contact order. She hasn't spoken to anybody, but she spoke to Lala briefly on an Instagram DM back and forth. And it was Lala saying that she's willing to hear her out in a conversation, but that was it. She said she's only spoken to Tom via email. I know that not to be true. But then who told you the story that Lala stole Brock's house? And if it didn't come from one of the cast members, right, which it obviously didn't, then it would have come from a third party, which means you're repeating a rumor and you're using that rumor to negate the very conversation that is the most important, which is what happened. And it's okay. You're not the only person who's under fire in this story. Tom should have never recorded you to begin with. I agree when they say more people should look at Tom Sandoval for recording her, because had he not have recorded her, this wouldn't be a conversation, right? Hold on, wait. The next one said, absolutely team Rachel, and let's not forget, Rachel got a piece of Brock's sweet ass too. This is a woman who's... I'm going to sound like I'm just defending Scheana, which is so stupid, but I'm defending what's right. This is a woman who literally has a baby with this man. Unfortunately, had to go through the process. Like, you guys know the backstory of this. I don't need to touch on that. But Scheana responded, what gross things you have to say? A, it's not true about Brock. And B, who encourages cheating? There's definitely a place for people like you too. All right. Well, guys, go ahead and comment below. I am so curious what you have to say about this. But more importantly, before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And yeah, I just want you to comment. Let me know what you think. This is wild. Love you.